Good afternoon and welcome back to the Amputee Angler, and we are in the garage today, and it's windy, we're not at sea, so we're going to get on with making some more lead weights. So I'm going to take you through today making your own weight. So got a couple of bits being prepped now, so while we do that we'll talk through it. Benefits of making your own lead weights: you know, if you can get the lead for free from builders, plumbers or roofers maybe like I have. I've got a few bits of odd flashing, the horrible dirty stuff. You know, it doesn't cost much to make your own weights. You know, weights can be expensive, they're always going up. So just by making your own, it gives you something to do on those nice windy days. And there's something, a little satisfaction about making your own gear that you're going to fish with. So that's what we're doing today. We're inside, we've got the garage door open, or one of the garage doors open to ventilate it. We've got some leather gloves. You can or should wear a mask as well at the same time, okay? I haven't got one to hand, so I'm not going to, but I advise that you do. And then I'll talk you through what else we've got now. So let's turn this around. So we've got our lead just boiling on here now. Little camping gas stove, nice and easy. This is the same one that I use on the boat. And we've got some lead there just bubbling away, or it will bubble away once it gets hot enough in there. It's been sat in the garage now for a couple of days, so a little bit cold. Got our metal clamps. Make sure you use metal ones and not plastic ended ones like I did last time. As you'll see, I've got little bits of blue over this because I'm an idiot and I've got plastic plastic grips, so it's melted. These things here, this is obviously where your swivel's going to collect up to on your weights. These are pennies off eBay. You get 100, 200 at a time, or 50s in this case. They come off there, don't cost much at all. And then the initial outlay is the moulds, but even then they're not massively expensive. I can already smell that lead coming off of that pot now, so be careful of the ventilation. All we're going to do with these as well, they come opened out like that. What you want to do is, before you put them in, just give them a little bit of a squeeze, because once you start getting red hot moulds, stuff starts becoming really fiddly, and then what happens is that slots in the little gap there. This half of the mould just then goes on top of there like that. As you can see, that plastic stuff from last time. And all we're going to do then is we're going to clamp the mould. That will keep the mould shut, and then once that's done, the mould will obviously be clamped like this. There you go, managed to do it one-handed. So you clamp the mould. So if you don't clamp the mould, it just all spills out the sides. And then you can see down there, you've got the little your little lead clip, your swivel clip, sorry, comes out the side. Pour your mould, your lead into that hole. You've got to do a nice fast pour. If you don't get a nice steady pour, all it does is it goes cold here and it sets and it doesn't pour in there. And you end up having a lot of missed pours. I was cooking some chicken earlier, so I've stuck my moulds in the oven to pre-warm them up. But normally the first lead pour of boiling hot lead will just make the mould hot enough to take. Because if it's a stone cold mould, the lead will set as soon as it touches it. And that's pretty much it. Moulds we're making today, you've got some 10-ounce watch leads, some larger Conga style lead weights, about 16 ounces, and then some little ball leads, 6, 8s and 10s. So that's the plan. I'll try and film it. I'll try and film it as I'm doing it. I'll do different angles. I'll try and get one up with a nice high angle, and another one will be quite close, and I'll do chest cam as well to try and show you. But it'll take me a little while to get it going and get it sorted, but come back to when we're good to go. Now, when you're using these gas camping stoves, if you've got it in somewhere like a garage like I have, what can happen is, because it's a sealed unit, it gets really cold, and the gas canisters can actually get really, really cold. So when you're going to light the gas, you leave it there thinking it's going to heat the lead up, and it just won't do it. And the gas, where it's so cold, it only gives out a mild flame, not a roaring flame, which is what we want to be cooking with. So what you do is just put a couple of your gas well, either leave them in the house overnight beforehand, not next to a radiator or anything like that, just put them somewhere on the side, so the ambient temperature of the room just warms the gas up slightly for your next day. Or just take one and just stick it in your pocket, under your armpit, leave it for a couple of minutes, and your natural body heat will just warm the gas up enough just to get a good flame. And that's what we've done here with this. It was a little bit cold, so that's what we've done. I stick it in our pocket, put it back in, and now you can see we're actually starting to get some lead now starting to melt. So we're getting there. Key thing with lead, is one that your mould's got to be hot. Also, your lead has to be a good temperature as well. If your lead's not hot enough, it'll just set. As soon as it hits the mould, it'll set, and you'll be constantly getting frustrated pouring. So it's getting in now, it's starting to bubble away. The lead will get to a nice temperature, and then we can start pouring. It'll be gloves on, and once you get into a routine, it's pretty much just a case of bang, bang, bang. So here we go. Right, guys, moulds are good to go. They're all clamped up. I think the lead's hot enough now. First pour into the moulds. I don't expect it to go perfect, but you'll get an idea and you'll get to see what's what. So gloves are on now, lid's going to come off, and we are going to pour. That might be right, that one. A little overspill, no problem, that'll go, that'll be fine. Leave it to set for a second. Might have cracked it first time. It's messy, but we might have cracked it first time. Got a pot of water just down here on the right hand side, so when we open them, let's have a look. One clamp off, two clamp off. Feels heavy. Oh bloody hell, we might have cracked it first time. There we go. Give it a bang, get it off. Straight in the water down beside me. Big pile of steam, might have cracked it first time there. Leave that one in the mould there a minute to get sorted out. Get this one re-clamped. Now this is obviously hot, this, you've got to be careful, that's why you need the leather gloves. Any lead that you lose, don't worry, you'll just pick that up and it soon hardens, and you can go, that plastic was on there the other day, started to melt. Yeah, any lead that you overspill, don't worry about it, you just shake it off and go again. So there we go, there's that one. While that's going, we'll leave that in there, let's do another pour on that one while we're waiting. And again, that looks like it might be right. There we go, perfect. That one's now set. Here's the other one, this is the watch lead that we did. Got a fair bit of overspill, but don't worry about it. Like I said, just pick it up. As you can see there, it's all going cold. There we go. And that looks like again another good one. There we go, that will tidy up in a minute, don't worry. In the water it goes. You get all them tidied up in a second, snap all the bits off that you don't want. And then we go again. So as you can see now, we've got a mould in there setting, we're prepping the next ones. That one's starting to cool down already in there. And this one will get prepped now. Like I said, this is red hot, this stuff now. It's molten lead, you know, so it ain't, oh God, you'll see how fiddly this is now. Big leather gardening gloves. Yeah, so don't do this without gloves, for God's sake. It gets a right pain. These big metal clamps are Amazon, just a couple of quid. There we go. That one's cooling, so we'll do another pour in this one now. And that's another good pour in there as well. Boom. While they're setting, just get your bits of lead. Now the offcuts. Get them in there melting. And here we go, let's have a look at this other big one, the 16-ounce Conga lead. There we go, that's going to be another good one again. Once that's cleared up, that'll be nice. In the water it goes. Yeah, it's steaming. Oh, I love it. Get a good little, when you get in the groove, you really do start to churn them out. If you can get the lead for free like I have, it's the most expensive bit. Oh God, that's burning through your gloves already. Oh, they do get hot, guys. It does get hot. Okay, one more pour of this one, and I'll try and get a different angle for you. It's going to be another good pour, that one. Okay. What we've got to try and do now is get some more lead going. Okay, let's see how we get on with these ones. Okay, still filming, that's good. There we go, another one, look. Boom, knocking them right out of the day. In that goes, that's steaming in that bucket of water. I'll try and get that for you in the next shot. Bloody rubber stuff, and there's another one there. A little bit of gunk in the swivel hole, but that's okay. Boom, happy days. Right, while we've got the a fresh bit of lead boiling up, let's show you the ones we just made. There we go. As you can see there, when you make them, you get a little bit of excess on the sides. That just simply, just get it, give it a little twist. Like so, it can be a little bit pliable. All I've done is I've got a bucket of water just down here. So there's your bit of lead there that come off. Just give it a bit of a dry. Don't stick that straight into a pot with boiling hot lead, because moisture and lead don't go. But then you're left with, look at that, 16-ounce lead. Little bit of excess on the top there, but that's near on perfect. Easy, 16 ounce. And then we're going here. Again, you've got a bit of excess around the outside. Just over poured slightly, that's all. Just give it a twist. Work it off. Now, it depends how anal you want to be with it. You can really flatten all that stuff out. And there's another 10-ounce lead. Like I said, a little bit of an over pour there, but you can, you know, it just adds maybe a couple of extra grams to your weight. But let's see the swivel eye there, not too bad. As you get better at this, which I'm clearly not an expert, but as you get better at that, you will start to get better in your pours. But that's cool. Let's go to the chest cam now and try and show you one on my chest cam. Right, let's try it from a different angle then, guys. Fresh bit of lead in. It's all melted now. Hopefully you can see that. Bit of useless stuff on the top, but that'll be alright. I'll get that out in a bit. Moulds pre-clamped. Little swivel clips are already in. The moulds are already hot. Garage door over there is open. Bit of air. And let's go. Key with this is a constant pour. If you slow the pour down or you stop, it'll just clog the holes up. Let's have a go. And there we go, and we're going in. Not the tightest of pours, but it's gone in. And again, not the tightest of pours. I think that one might be a dud, but we'll have a look. What will happen there is I think you can see it's got a dip in the top of it. It tells me it haven't quite filled. This one I think is good. Let them have a second to sort themselves out. As you can see, any overspill there, just bang off. That can go back in the pot. All the little bits like that, just put them back in the pot, let them melt while you're sorting yourself out. And let's have a look. Take the clamps off, give it a good bang, and there it is. Oh Christ, that's hot. There it is, nice perfect 10-ounce watch lead into the bucket of water. Steam in, there we go. Let's have a look at this one, which I think is going to be a dud, but let's have a look. Yeah, only half filled that one. Like I said to you, that one there didn't quite pour in properly. All that happened with that one was we got a little bit of crud in the top of it. Oh, that's hot. And it only half filled. So that's probably about 12 ounce rather than 16. But we'll go again. That can just go back in the pot and we'll go again. Right, what we're going to do is, because there's a bit of crud in there that you don't want, and that's actually blocking up some of the holes. These moulds are red hot now, so they're going to be okay. And we'll go on to some ball weights in a bit. What we're going to do is just going to clean the lid up slightly. Just take your lid off. Now I've got a garage floor here, so it's all right for me. But all we're going to do is carefully just pour that onto the garage floor. Got another bit in, ready to go. And the lid goes in. All you're going to do, if you come down here now, you can see where I poured it out on the floor, it's instantly gone cold. So this is actually set. It's hot, but it's set. Now all this stuff here, that's stuff that you don't want. That stuff there, the darker stuff, that's the stuff that's going to clog your holes up. This stuff here, you can give it a brush, but that's the stuff you want. And all you do in a minute is just scrape that up and put it back in. In fact, let's do it now. Obviously it's still a bit hot. All you do is just scrape that back off and then put that in the pan. And that's all good to go. But this stuff here now, you just disregard that. Any bits of lead in there that you see, you can just pick up again. But then this means that when you're boiling your lead up, you've got a cleaner pour straight away, and you're going to get much more accuracy with your pours, and it's not going to block it up. So another bit of lead's warming up. This bit's on the floor cooling down. Clean this up and we're good to go again. There we go. Lead's cooled down now. All we're going to do is just pick it up. There you go, look. I'll get some better light for it. Well, it's still hot, but there you go. That there is a nice now, shiny, clean bit of lead ready to go in the pot. A little bit of dirt stuff there, but most of it is down here. And that there is all stuff that you don't want. All that silver stuff in there, they get a bang, little bits in there you might be able to keep, put back in the pot. But easy way, save you a bit of time when you're pouring. Right, fresh bit of lead's in now, we're cooking. There it is, it's a lot more cleaner. See how shiny that is? It's a lot cleaner. Here we go. That is much better, that. Much cleaner. Nice and fast pour. 16 ounce one, this one got clogged up last time. Pouring much better now. Bit of overspill, but that's fine. Lid back on. There we go. This one should be good. Let's let it cool down for a second. As you can see all the little bits, like I said, little bits you're fine there. Just put them back in. While it's melting down there, or while you're waiting for them to cool down slightly, just put your lead in, gets it cooking. Any bits you got laying around, just put them in. I've prepped another little ball weight here. In fact, actually I'm going to pour that now, just to get it hot. Yeah, that one didn't take as I thought, but that's okay because it gets the lead warm. So that one there will be a dud, the little ball weight. I fully expect this 10 ounce watch lead and this 16 ounce Conga lead, the bigger leads, I think they're going to be okay. Let's have a look. Proof's in the pudding. Little bang. Little bang. There we go. Look at that. Perfection. Dab it there. Just twist off while it's still warm. And it is warm. It's starting to go through the gloves. Woo-hoo-hoo. Toasty. In fact, let that cool down first, ignore that. Into the water. So that one's good, keep that out of the way. Let's do the other one, the 1 pound, the 16 ouncer. Little bang, separate it, and again, that's good, look at that. That is perfection. Look at that. Shiny, get a bang, get it out, and there it is again. The off cut there. That little off cut, we'll trim that up in a minute. Push those sides and look at that, that's near on perfection, that one. In the water to cool down. That one's good to go, and then you prep and you reset again. This is really fiddly, these ones, when it's hot. And it is good to get, you do get a little production line going, but this is why you need these gloves, because it's had molten lead in it. These moulds are actually red hot, and it's a pain in the arse, because them clips, they slide in and out all over the show. But that one there is good to go again. In fact, while we're doing that, no we won't, we'll do it now, we'll get this sorted. I was going to pour it, so I'm being productive, but then you got molten lead sat there, which you're trying to, yeah, see, drop that one already. You got molten lead sat there while you're prepping your next one. I don't fancy getting my arm burnt off. You see the little grooves in there where it sits. It just sits in there like that. Just try and line it up. With these watch leads and the bigger Conga leads, it's actually alright because the recess isn't too deep. Them ball leads, they're constantly dropping in, so that's dropped in there a little bit now. Let's see what I mean? This is all part of the fun of doing it. You can use like a pair of electrical pliers, but it's more, this me fumbling here is more to do with my choice of glove than the fact that I'm not using electrical pliers. The gloves are really thick, but I wanted that for a reason. But a set of welder's gloves would be better than this, I expect, but there you go. Just a bit fiddly. Once you've got the one clamp on, choose the other clamp to hold it. There we go. This will probably be the last one of the watch leads we make. And then we'll do the some ball leads. There we go, straight in. And now these moulds are right, that's it now, it's easy, it's in. Might just get another one out of that one. I'm not sure if that one took, might not been enough in there. Lead in the pot. Oh, that's not quite on that, so that'll melt down, got to be careful of that. And let's have a look. Clamp off. Quick bang on there it is. And there's another one. Perfect again, in the water, that's steaming, clamp off. Clamp off. I don't think this one quite filled up. No, only half filled that one, like I said. Only half filled, we didn't have enough lead in the pot, but that's my mistake. Pop that straight in the pot and then we're good to go. And another little bit there. Like I said, all the offcuts, put them in the pot. And there we go. Nice. Okay, here we go again, good to go. Now we've got a pre-prepped a double mould, this one. These are little ball leads. This hasn't had a pour yet, so they probably won't set. But these two here are hot, so we've got the 16-ounce Conga lead, or the wrecking lead, should I say, that I use for. And then we've got a ball lead. Hasn't clamped together very well because those clips they're not particularly great on these ball leads. So you can see there's a little gap between it. We're going to give it another go. Fresh lot of lead. It's like Delia Smith on steroids, isn't it? Look. So you can see now, because it's another bit of lead, we've got some more of the crud at the top. That may affect the pour. But let's have a look. Again, we're just going to put, oh, missed the mould there. That one hasn't taken that one. Neither's that. This is going to be a disaster, this one. Yeah, you can see it's going cold in the mould. Going cold in the mould, guys. Cold in the mould. I'm going to fail that one. I think what might have happened is the mould's got a little bit cold. Scoop up the little bits over here. So they literally go like little pancakes. You just pick them up, put them straight in the mould, in the pot. Sorry. Yeah, these ones definitely didn't take. I think they are standing around chatting to the other half. She got the coffee. So I was having a little break while I was letting them cool down, but I think their mould just got a little bit cold. Yeah, that's a dud. Never mind. You see, it only filled up half the mould was cold. So again, just put it straight back in. It's already hot lead, that stuff, so it won't take much to get it going again. Then you're going to just tee it up again. As you can see, it sits in there. Can't really mess it up. It's got little studs, they slot into each other. Keep it poking out. Clamp the bit where the swivel bit comes out first. Always clamp that first, which it keeps that in place then. Now that mould now, I can feel it, is red hot. If I went straight for another pour there, I reckon we'd be on to a winner. However, another failure there, look, that's what happens. Just go sort of half moulded. Then mine back in. Give it a little stir, coat it in the hot lead, gets it melted down quicker. And we'll get it prepped. That one there can stay there nice and hot. Get those double moulds there, get them nice and warmed up. This is all fiddly with these ball leads. See something about the recess in there, see? Just put prime example. These ball leads, it's a pain in the arse to get these clips in there. So I've seen people use swivels, not swivels, what am I talking about here now? Electrical pliers, because they're a bit more finicky, but I say it's more to do with the gloves I've got on. They're big thick leather gloves there, that might be a winner. And try and get it on there like that. Oh, just saved it I think. And then clamp it that side. Oh no, I might have gone a bit far now. No, I'll do that anyway. Might save that, I don't know, we'll see. Proof's in the pudding. How's that still melting down again now? How's that gas looking? That's still firing away, cool. Let's prep this one again then. Yeah, so that, oh hang on, hold up, we might have just got one there. That little one there. That's a bit of an overpour, but we've got that. That'll tidy up alright. That'll tidy up alright, that. Oh, no, we'll do it again, We'll melt that down a bit, we'll get it back in there now. I'll do a complete go again with them ones. So again, you can see how fiddly this is now. It does kill a nice bit of time. It is good fun, and like I said, it is nice to make your own gear, and supporting your tackle shops is all well and good, and I do that a lot. But if you can do it at home, I think it just adds a bit more. I think you appreciate your stuff a bit more, you know. I think Yeah, that's a better one. Apart from that one at the end there we go. I think you just appreciate your stuff more when you've made it yourself. Because I'm going to start making my own lead heads and my own soft plastic lures at some point. This was sort of the pre-thing. There you go, that's good. Right, let's heat that lead up and I'll come back to it. Here we go then, last pour of the day. Moulds are hot, and you've got a fresh pot of lead in here bubbling away. Look at that, Delia Smith on steroids, look at that, look. There we go, that's hot. We're going to try and go 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 because there's 2 in that M1. Little bull weights in the end. I think that's an 8-ounce bull in the middle and then a 16-ounce on the end. And then what I'll do is I'll finish up off camera and then we'll do a little summary in a minute and show you what we've done. So here we go, let's have a look. Let's go, come on in then. 4 for 4. That's a winner. A bit slow there on that one, that's come out the sides, but that's fine. That one's done it as well. Come on, let's go for 4. Gotta run out of lead here. Oh, we might just have had enough there at the end. See there in the bottom of that pan now, that's just crud there now. That stuff there ain't no good. I will boil some stuff up while I'm waiting. But there we go. Let these cool down. I think we might just have had enough in that M1 there. It's just started to overflow at the end, which tells you a bit like when you fill a bucket of water up, it fills up and then overflows. Same with this. Hopefully 4 for 4. Start with the small ball heads. It's not the prettiest lead you're going to see, but it's done. This is where I'm pouring a bit slow and it's getting a bit warm. But that there will make 2 ball heads, so I'm calling that 2 for 2. Let's go 3 for 3. Oh, and it's another one. Again, it ain't the prettiest one you're going to see, but it's going to be a lead. There we go. Maybe a little big on the swivel, but that is 3 for 3. In the water it goes. Now the last one where I think we might have run out. Oh God, he's getting hot. I think we might have run out a lead at the end there, but I think it should be enough. Give it a little bang. There we go. Let's have a look. Turn it over. And there we go. 4 for 4. That one, oh no, it's come out the side. Oh, we just failed on the mould. Oh, that's my fault. You see it there, just failed at the end. Didn't quite get the hook point straight. That's why I haven't bent it enough. That's getting warm, so I'll leave it there. I'll do that in a minute. There we go though. And I'll summarise it in a second for you, but that's lead making, nice and simple. Just got to take a few safety precautions, which I'll summarise for you in a minute. There we go. I'm no expert, and I don't pretend to be a master craftsman, but they ain't too shabby. The ball heads are a bit untidy around the top, just a bit of an overpour, but generally speaking the watch leads are pretty much perfect, as are the little bit untidy at the top, but the 16 ounce, the big leads, they're not too shabby either. Not a bad afternoon's little work there, saved a few quid. Nice, there we go. There we go, that's lead making done there, nice and easy when you get into the rhythm of it, alright. Like I said before, I'm not a master craftsman. Anyone who knows me knows that building anything or making anything isn't my forte. But if you can get hold of the lead for free from builders, plumbers, all those sort of people, you know, any adult tends to know a plumber, a builder, a roofer. Most people know those sort of people. Just get them to chuck you a couple of little squares of lead flashing or old lead pipe. Melt it down, give it a clean up, and then you got a supply of weights there. Only outlay really is the moulds and a gas stove, but again, most people know someone who's got a gas stove, especially if you're a boaty type person or an angler. Most people have a stove of some description you can borrow. Gas is a couple of quid off Amazon, but that's it. Came out quite well. Just a couple of points to note, right? Make sure your lead is dry before you heat it up, or you're adding more lead to an existing pot, because it does tend to bubble up and it can do it with quite a lot of ferocity. Make sure you've got some ventilation. We've had the back garage door open and this large garage door which out of view to you, but we have had some ventilation in, and strong leather gloves, and also preferably a mask, okay, although I appreciate that can get in the way. Lead is deadly, all right, so just be conscious of that, but it is perfectly safe if you do it well enough. So there we go. Next up, we're going to learn how to make some jig heads, some proper big pollock, 12-inch pollock lead heads, and bass lures as well. And then we're actually going to get into soft pouring some plasticine, soft lawn moulds as well, plastine, sorry. So yeah, we are going to start learning more. I think it's nice when you make your own stuff, you just have that little bit more sense of pride when you do catch a fish. A bit like when you make your own rigs, making your own weights and your lures. I think it just adds that little bit more to your fishing. So thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe and comment. Hit the notification button so you get to see more videos like this when it comes up. And the weather has been horrible of late, but we will get some good solid fishing time in soon. Spring is on the way. Have a good one.